Hey, we met up with David Bligh. He's running for Suffolk County Legislature. How are you, David?
I'm doing really well.
Good. So I understand you're running for Suffolk County Legislature, huh?
Yes, fourth
What
district.
what does the Suffolk County Legislature do? What's your responsibilities?
Right. So the Suffolk County Legislature, we vote on the budget, we set priorities for what's going to get funding, cover everything from maintaining county roads, uh, economic development. There's housing that you can do.
Colleges also and stuff like that, right?
There's funding for instance, Suffolk County Community College. The Selden campus is in my district, and that's like you said.
Where's your district run from?
It's essentially the Brookhaven side of Sachem School District and Middle Country Schools. So it's Ronkonkoma, Lake Ronkonkoma, Holtzville, Holbrook, Selden, Farmingville, Center Reach, a little bit of Medford, Coram.
So what would a David Bligh administration look like?
Well, we've knocked on 12,000 doors, over 12,000 doors this year.
12,000.
12,000.
Wait, how long have you been at this?
We've been doing this since February, nonstop.
Oh my God.
So it's essentially my best friends and some of my family members. Just every weekend and multiple days during the week, we go out. We think it's an important part of the job is to know who the people are and to know what their issues are. And I think that's the first step to being a good legislator is knowing what the issues are. I think a lot of people have checked out of politics because they're apathetic and they think that it doesn't matter who they elect and they're all the same and their calls never get answered. So we're trying to reset this and prove that we're a different type of campaign.
So through your travels, what have you noticed the biggest problems to be?
I think it's no question that affordability comes up frequently.
Okay. So keeping generations back in Long Island.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder.
It is.
People are struggling, and a lot of people, at least in the fourth district, many people are working multiple jobs just to make ends meet. Where it's the days of single income family living comfortably, those seem to be have gone away.
They have. In a David Bligh administration, how do you fix something like that?
Well, it's difficult. A lot of it's going to come from the federal government and their policies, and I can't affect the federal policies as a Suffolk County legislature.
Yeah, you're just not in a room with them.
Right. But some people see that as a reason to just give up and phone it in, and I think it's just the exact opposite. That we should be working harder to make things better. I think it's going to be important to do everything we can to make sure that people aren't moving off Long Island. We invest a lot in education here, and a lot of us like put our kids through school here because we think we have good schools. And I'm a product of public school system here, and I'm succeeding. The problem is that a lot of our young people, my friends, I'm sure your friends too, that a lot of them have moved off Long Island.
Yeah,
so we spend all this money to invest in a good education, and then other parts of the country reap the benefits of it.
That's what I said. You have 3 kids.
3 kids.
Three
Yes.
kids. Are you scared Are you scared for the future? Are you nervous?
I'd say that's probably the biggest reason, the biggest factor that convinced me to run for office. I have a number of friends and family that we discuss local politics, things that bother us, and we've been complaining and whining and talking about things that we didn't like about it. And so I decided to do something about it. And I think the biggest factor in that equation is that I'm one of the lucky ones. My brother and I both bought homes in Holbrook, which is 10 minutes away from where we grew up and where my parents still live in Ronkonkoma. I just don't see that being definite for my 3 children. I'd be heartbroken if they had to move off Long Island like all of our friends have as well.
Local government plays a bigger role in people's lives than most people think. Is that your?
I 100% agree. And I know a lot of people feel like their vote doesn't count a lot on the federal level. It's easy to get drowned out in a big country like ours. But you're right. The local things are the things that affect our lives the most. And because we don't have an electoral college, because there's very low voter turnout in these local elections, our vote on these races like Suffolk County Legislature actually mean a whole lot more. So that's one of the reasons we've been trying to get that message out at all 12,000 plus doors that we've knocked over the last year. That your vote matters, and these are the issues that really bother you. I mean, Brookhaven, it's no question that one of the other big issues that comes up after affordability is the quality of the roads. People are just
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure is a major problem, and that does come from the federal. We're going to need federal.
Do you know I had to replace tires twice last year on my car?
I'm not surprised. Newsday had an article that said the average Long Islander spends $700 out of pocket per year because of the poor quality of the roads. And when I tell that to people at doors, because they are not surprised, and usually they have stories similar to yours.
What's the best story you heard of on the road so far? Do you have one that stands out from knocking on doors?
I think it was so the roads. The majority of the roads in the district are going to be controlled by Brookhaven Town. So my good friend Anthony Portese is running for highway superintendent, and he's kind of a homegrown boy just like I am. I'm from Ronkonkoma. He's from Center Reach, Selden area, and so we do a lot of. It's kind of more or less a coordinated campaign. But the one thing that struck me was very frustrating was that there was at one corner in Center Reach. And we spoke to all the neighbors around there, and there was essentially a crater at the corner of the street over there, and that's right where there was a school bus stop.
Okay.
And one of the people we spoke with said that their granddaughter goes to the bus stop there, and she fell and busted her lip and was bleeding because of it. And then the neighbor across the street said that he was complaining to the town about a pothole, that same pothole as well, and rather than throw resources at it to fix the pothole, they cited him for incorrectly staging his fall leaves in the front of his yard.
Really?
So we're hearing lots of, this is what happens when you knock a lot of doors, is you hear a lot of stories like that.
You could probably write a book or throw some
Yeah, I mean,
notes.
the other issue, not to stick to highway, but these are quality of life issues that come up all the time. I mean, there was another person that was frustrated that and he's from the opposite party as I am. It just goes to show you that these things know no party. It's all about whoever works harder. And he said that he's been calling for 6 years, twice a year, asking for a street light bulb to be changed out. And he's got nowhere with it. His son put out the wrong recycling can one day, and they got a certified letter telling them that they did that incorrectly. So they were more responsive to tell him that they were doing the recycling wrong than they were to change out a light bulb. So those are the things that drive voters crazy.
I can imagine.
And those are the things that are really quite easy to fix. You just need to work hard, take good notes, listen to the people, and be responsive, and just get things done. And people respect that.